I told you when we sat together, I said I did a teaching and Nigeria attacked me. And a lot of gospel musicians that you know, they wrote to some of my friends and they were angry. Do you think everyone can be like Tio? You see, they're angry because they know the truth. They know. You see, when you walk in obedience, your obedience will offend their disobedience. They will not stop following you because all they want from you is just conform, become like us. Don't remind us of what we are supposed to be. If a man lives life at a certain standard and you are living in deception, what will happen is that you will begin to run from that man. You become like Adam. You will run away when you see the glory. Because when you stand beside him, he's reminding you of what you are supposed to be. Adam, where are you? Edu is praying very long. Why are you running from him? Go and meet him. Go and meet him. Let him remind you of who you are in the annals of eternity. Hi. Prophet Joel is speaking as a prophet. Why are you running away from him? Have you forgotten where you came from? Have you forgotten the teachings of our ancestors, the prophet who died for their testimonies? The prophet met me and said, just speak it the way they like it. I say, if I do that, I'll become a liar like them. I know how my fathers, the prophets in scriptures, were killed for their testimony. How many of us want to die? We don't want to die. They tell you use wisdom. Now, that's the tongue of a serpent. You need to know when a ruler is giving you a counsel that is not from the luminous one. A ruler will say, this prophet is possible. You have Bible, but they have gone. They have gone, so you need to be careful. When the Lord began to use me in some certain stage in Africa, he gave me patterns, operations. Someone looked at our shofar we use in worship and said, hey, I love you, sir, but what is this horn? He has not read Psalm 105. He doesn't know the shofar. When they say the angel will blow the trumpet, what they are thinking is their metal trumpet that they blow in church. Nigerian film has discipled you for too long. Nollywood has blinded you from seeing what light is. One of the lamentations I received from heaven there, a very simple lamentation. Are we still together? Many people wait for new wine. They don't press on to receive new wineskin. You people say we should go a little deeper. Many, they wait for new wine. They wait. A fresh voice comes and they begin to run. And guess what they do? They now borrow system. It's okay, these people do their ministry like this. They borrow that one. And then they cannot effectively pipe what they receive fresh from heaven. Because in what they borrow is the corruption God was trying to separate them from. Yes. Are you sure you can be a minister by the leading of God? His leading will not make sense to you. Do you think God is modern with your generation? As we prayed and it's okay, now I want to start with you people. He first says, start sitting on the ground. I say, Lord, who am I hearing now? He says, sit on the ground. He said, I want to begin to remind the church of the humble days. I want to begin to humble them again. He said, start sitting on the ground. I see, I was counseling a brother. He said he's confused. I said, no, you're not confused. He said he needs direction. I said, okay, your direction begins from the first instruction. If God said walk 2 steps, that's where direction begins from. If he said pray 30 minutes, it's your obedience to that first instruction that will now provide the next direction. So we obeyed. And then we leave the key. Meanwhile, he told me, don't take honorarium from any place you go to a minister. Because the honor of a minister is in how it's received, not what is given. Are we together? Meanwhile, these days we were hungry, but I obeyed faithfully. And then what he would bring new patterns. Then he began to lament to me. He said, your generation, many have come here. They received new wine, but they didn't wait for a wineskin that can effectively pipe that new wine. So at the end of the day, when they go out and they burn in the nations begin to see another celebrity. They don't see something God is doing that is different, that has a sound. So they begin to sing the sound of the old house, that has a posture. So they begin to operate with the posture of the old house, that has an operation. And because they don't know these things, they begin to operate with the operations of the old house. If you've met God, he will tell you how to build the temple. It's not man that educates a spirit. It's spirit that educates men. Like what I told you yesterday that was told me 2 nights ago. He said the lesser things do not name the greater things. That's how he begins his teaching. Have you been educated in light before? He said, how come men say they can name God? You cannot name God. You can name the place of your encounter, but you cannot name him. That's why his name is a revelation. And a revelation only revealed to those he has chosen and trusted. He will reveal himself to you. Rose of Shalom, that's to suit your emotions. Your vote is invalid. He has to. Now, you see, these are the hard things that if you say now, a religious man that runs by his emotion, not knowing the operations of the spirit, that they are exact. And if you like, let that your error be popular among men. Let it seem right unto the eyes of men and the ears of men. It will not strike any chord in eternity. So Moses said, who shall I say sent me? Who are you, Lord? These were questions of the elders. Where do you stay? They are not trying to impose anything from them upon that which is pure and immortal. What shall I call you, O God, who has apprehended me? The nations call you this, but what shall I call you? Have you prayed that prayer before? What shall I call you? Who shall I say sent me? These are the kind of things they educate you with. So what will happen is that you will wait to be called. So you say, what is your name? Say, I'm Jacob. You say, you are Israel. Have you ever created a car or give birth to a child, and then the child of one day old is trying to say, okay, Papa, your name is John. The lesser things cannot name the greater things.